In a distant land, far into the future, with no music, who will unlock the sounds of the past?
I repeat,
Do not fear. Sound Impact is here. Sound Impact musicians stand united on board their time travel machine, venturing around the world through time, discovering musical treasures. Time to travel.
Hi, I'm Gino here in Alexandria, Virginia.
I'm Anne here in Washington, D.C.
In the previous episode, we saw how music through dance can reflect cultural identity. In this episode, we'll continue to explore that and how cultural identity can also be revealed through music based on similar things we share, like
History,
geography,
food,
languages,
songs,
clothes.
Cultural identity is about how we see ourselves and how we relate to the world.
Are you ready? Time to travel! We've landed in the Philippines in 1927. This is the country I was born in. The Philippine Islands are located in a tropical climate just south of Japan and north of Indonesia, and they're made up of 7,641 islands. That's a lot of islands.
Gino, what are you wearing?
Oh, you mean this? This is the formal Filipino attire we wear here in the Philippines, and it's called a barong Tagalog. It's made of pineapple leaf fibers, which make it strong, but also breathable, so it helps keep me cool, since the weather here is hot and humid. Isn't it cool?
Can you think of some formal clothes worn by people from different countries? I can think of a few. The sari from India. The kilt from Scotland. The kimono from Japan. Can you come up with any others? So Gino, what you're wearing right now is the equivalent of somebody wearing a tuxedo in the US, right?
Yes, it is. I wear a tuxedo like you see here when I perform formal concerts in the United States. I grew up in the Philippines, so I know that Filipinos love food and music. We also like to sing, dance, and use folk songs to share our experiences and dreams in life. One of the most popular traditional Filipino folk songs for kids is called Bahay Kubo. The English translation is Nipa Hut. A Bahay Kubo, or Nipa Hut, is made of local materials of nipa grass for the roof and bamboo for the walls. This humble song tells the simple story of a small hut and how wonderful it is that there are a large variety of local vegetables growing around it. It was composed by Felipe Padilla de Leon, who was born in 1912. He studied music at the University of the Philippines and then later at the Juilliard School in New York. Let's listen. This folk song shows us the importance of food and agriculture in the lives of Filipinos. Living in a tropical climate like this allows them to grow so many different types of fruits, vegetables, and rice. Okay, let's follow Anne to our next destination. Are you ready? Time to travel!
We've landed in Ireland in the year 1912. During the late 1800s and early 1900s, many Irish people emigrated all over the world because of poverty and famine. They brought their music with them, and for this reason, Irish music is played all over the world, from China to Switzerland. Lots of Irish people emigrated to Baltimore and Washington, D.C., where I am right now. This is a tune called Astor Mocri, which in Irish means treasure of my heart. It's a song about leaving home. Irish immigrants also brought wonderful dance music with them, including jigs and reels. This reel is called In Memory of Coleman, and it was written by Ed Reevy, a fiddler who emigrated with his parents to Philadelphia in 1912. This jig is called Father O'Flynn's, and it's been passed down from player to player for generations. You just heard can be heard in concert halls, dance halls, pubs, and living rooms all over the world. Can you think of any other dances from other countries? I can think of a few. Breakdance from the US. Flamenco dance from Spain. The tango from Argentina.
Hello, my name is Javier Cardenas. I came from Argentina and I'm a bandoneon player. It's the main instrument for the tango music. It was originally made in Germany and it's a portable organ is a diatonic instrument. It means that opening and closing the sounds are different. And the difference with the accordion is that here we have all buttons. That means that each of the buttons it's one sound. So if you want to make the chords, you have to press every button that represents one note. That's the main difference. So here we also have the bass. Same thing. Astor Piazzolla came from traditional tango and introduces new elements of contemporary music and jazz into this tango literature. He developed the leap to the limit, the speed of the instrument and the resources of the orchestra, and produces new type of sounds that it was very criticized by traditional tango musicians, but it was very well received by the critic worldwide.
Time to travel! Up, up, and away! It's the year 1882 and we have landed in South America in the country of Venezuela, where I'm from. Now that we know where we are, let's explore the beautiful regions and music of my country. This piece is called Atardecer, and it's a very calm, relaxing piece, and it's one of my dad's favorites. The national dance that represents the country is the joropo, a fast dance that is very characteristic of the plains where the Venezuelan cowboys live. It was declared the national dance of Venezuela in 1882. Let me play a bit of this music so you have an idea of how it sounds.
That was fast! Okay, let's check in now with Rebecca, Danielle, Jessica, and Tiffany, who will share with you some of their musical experiences that have taken them all over the world. You ready? Time to travel!
Up, up, and away!
Sound-Impact musicians are bonded together through the universal language of music. Music is our passport to see the world and experience many different cultures. For me, a memorable trip was going to the Middle East in Lebanon. The food there, super flavorful. The people, warm and welcoming. The town of Byblos, breathtaking. And even though we didn't speak the same language, something I will never forget is performing for the students at Insan School and at a refugee camp in Beirut. Even though I grew up in California, every place I travel to fills a special spot in my heart. I bring back things I learn, and it becomes a part of who I am. Danielle, what about you?
Oh, hello! Meet my best friend and travel companion, Cello Cho. It always comes with me when I'm traveling. Well, Rebecca, one of my most memorable experiences was going to Haiti to teach at a summer camp there. The country itself is absolutely beautiful. The culture is vibrant, and I had some incredible adventures. I got to ride on a motorcycle through a river, swim in one of the most beautiful waters, and eat some incredible food. Teaching cello was difficult because I didn't speak the same language. I remember I had one student named Sabrina, and she didn't smile very much, but every day we spent many hours together playing music, and by the end of the week, we were smiling and laughing together, and she was so excited to perform. I will never forget that experience. It taught me that even if you don't speak the same language or come from the same culture, you can still form a strong bond with someone. And that is the gift of music. What about you, Jessica?
One of the most special parts of my childhood was living in Beijing, China for 2 years. Through studying music, I met my cello teacher, who was not only an incredible musician and person, but who grew to become a close friend of my family. Our lessons didn't begin and end with cello, and although I learned so much from him about how to play the instrument, he also helped me to learn to speak Chinese, to learn how to play traditional Chinese music on the cello, and he would often take my family to the best Sichuan restaurants around Beijing, known for the spicy and delicious cuisine of his home province. What about you, Tiffany?
This poster is from a Sound Impact concert in Costa Rica, one of my most favorite places to visit. Sound Impact has been going to Costa Rica since 2013, and in this concert, we worked with a Costa Rican artist to showcase his style of traditional art while we played music by Costa Rican composers. I loved our time in Costa Rica because of the amazing people we met, the delicious food we got to try, especially the breakfast, and the awesome fruits that we got to eat right off the trees on our drives around the country. Our time in nature exploring beautiful green forests and seeing some animals that only live in Central America was really fun. But most memorable was working with the students and learning so much from them. Their love of music and teamwork and seeing their families come together as a community was so inspiring. But don't worry, you don't have to travel so far to learn about a new culture. You can even try it at home by reading a book by a new author, or trying a new type of food, listening to a new type of music, or even talking to one of your neighbors to learn about their culture.
Thanks for joining us today on our time travel adventure. You have learned many things, but there is still a lot of music we must uncover from the past. Until we meet again, your mission is to find out something unique about your family's culture. Join us for our next time travel adventure when we continue to learn more about music and cultural identity. Up, up, and away!